Yo, what's up guys? So in this video, I'm going to teach you a really cool way to do the any card at any number with 2 decks of cards. Now normally, this effect would be done with a memorized deck, but in this case, you don't need that. You don't need to memorize anything. All you need is a good marked deck. Speaking of a marked deck, my own Mantis deck will go on pre-sale later this month, and I'll definitely keep you updated on that, alright? So more details to come. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll show you what this trick looks like for an audience using my own imaginary people that I have here, and then afterwards I'll show you exactly how it's done. Let's get into it. You know, something interesting to think about is that most of the time, things that happen to us are totally random, right? But sometimes, when you're in the right place at the right time, something truly remarkable and incredible could happen, right? And to be honest with you, I feel like right now is one of those times. So just for these occasions, I always keep with me an extra deck of cards, just in case something could happen. And so what I want you to do is take these cards out and just give them a good shuffle. All right, just give them your best shuffle. And while she's doing that, why don't you shuffle those as well? Get them completely random, and yeah, it's up to you. Just make sure they're completely random. So both decks in a random order, but through this randomness, I really feel like something incredible is about to happen. So this is what we're going to do. In this deck, just slide out any card that you want. It's completely up to you, but keep it face down so it remains a surprise. All right, it's sort of a secret card that we'll use. So it can be any card that you want. It's up to you. Just slide it out like this. Okay, so they do that. Maybe they choose this card right here. All right, we'll leave that card face down right here. Now, I want you to see this deck is not one of those trick decks, right? They're all different, important, so you can fully appreciate what might happen. All right, and I really feel like it's about to happen. So what I'll have you do as well is take a random card, but make it so random that you just name a random number. Now, don't make it a number that means anything to you. Just make it a completely random number that means nothing to you. All right, so maybe they go for 13. All right, so we count 13 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Now, think about this for a minute. Both decks were shuffled. You picked out a random card from a spread. We don't even know what that card is. We haven't even seen it yet. You shuffled these cards, named a random number, and this is the card that we got. Take a look at that card first. The Queen of Clubs. The Queen of Clubs. And I think that is pretty remarkable. Okay, so for this, obviously you need 2 decks of cards, and they can both be marked, it doesn't really matter, but definitely one of them needs to be marked. Alright, so what you're going to do is, your presentation and your pattern can be anything. You can choose to use the one I used about, that's actually a John Bannon line, when he says, most of the time things that happen to us are random, but sometimes when you're in the right place at the right time, something incredible and remarkable could happen. John Bannon says that a lot, and I just sort of stole that line from him. And then I say for those occasions, I always keep with me an extra deck of cards, just in case. And now I have both people shuffle the decks up, okay? So they really can shuffle them as much as they want to. It doesn't matter, because in a minute, you're going to have somebody choose a card from the marked deck, okay? So this is the unmarked deck that you have this person shuffle, and we'll put that aside for later, all right? We'll use it for later. Now, we take the marked deck, and after they shuffle these, say, look, what I want you to do is reach in and just pull out any card without looking at it. Just slide it right out, okay? So as soon as they slide it out, what you do is just read the back of the marking. In this case, I can see that it's the 9 of Hearts, okay? So as soon as they pull that out, I know that it's the 9 of Hearts via the marking on the back. Alright, so this card will remain a secret, alright? You see, nobody will know what that card is until later. It'll sort of be a surprise, right? So now, since you know that's the 9 of Hearts, of course nobody else knows this, so you're miles ahead, right? But you take this deck, and through the action of showing them, look, you say, this deck is isn't one of those trick decks. So, all the cards are different, right? It's not like a full deck of Queen of Hearts or nothing like that. And as you're saying this and talking, what you're actually doing is locating the Nine of Hearts, and you're going to either cull it or cut it to the top, just in the action of showing them, look, all the cards, here's the Nine of Hearts right here. All the cards are different. They're not all aces of spades or nothing like that. And through that demonstration and talking, I've just culled it to the top. But if you're not the world's greatest culler, what you can do is just cut it to the top. Say, look, they're not all the aces of spades or nothing like that. And as soon as you see it, they're all different, right? The cards are the same, and you just cut to the top. And that right there is called a gesture cut, and Alan Ackerman uses it a lot in his work, and it's just fantastic because it doesn't look like you cut the deck. And so when you locate the card, you say, look, they're not all the same. They're not all aces of spades or nothing like that. And you just reverse spread both packets like this, and now when you coalesce them, it looks like nothing happened. It doesn't look like a cut. But that's that Nine of Hearts is on top. So what's happening there is this. So you go through to locate the card, and then you sort of break away this spread. So that's on the top of your right hand half, right? Or if you're left-handed, in your left hand. And so when you go to say, they're not all aces of spades, blah, 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 just reverse spread both these packets like this, and then come up to coalesce them. And look, right there's your Nine of Hearts. And it looks like nothing happened. It's just a gesture, hence the name gesture cut. So now at this point, the card that is right here on the table that nobody knows is also on top of the deck, also that nobody knows. And how could anybody know that? Because both decks were shuffled and nothing has happened yet. Okay, so you're miles ahead. So now this is on top. Now what you're going to do is have this person name any number, and it's important that you say, but make it a number that doesn't mean anything to you. Just make it completely random, all right? So whatever number they name, you're going to do a move called the vinary turn, which looks like this. Now normally, this move is done like this, so you just reverse count cards into your hand. So let's say they name the number 13 again, all right? So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Notice how I'm reverse counting, so the top card becomes the bottom card of my hand pile. So normally that vinary turn move would look like this. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And then you just turn these over and slap them on top immediately. Now that's pretty good. It works, but I think we can amplify this and make it a lot more deceptive with time delay and doing it on the table instead, how you saw in the performance. And I think doing it, slapping them on the table, just adds something to it. I can't explain it, but I think it adds something to it. All right, so let's say they name 13 in this case. All right, name a number 13, okay? So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now for the time delay, you say, look, now think about this. Both decks were shuffled, and notice how while I'm talking, I'm sort of spreading these out a little bit, so that becomes... this Nine of Hearts becomes the bottom card of this little fan here just by doing this. You're just doing that. And you do that casually as you're just talking and putting this deck down. Say, think about this for a minute. Both decks were shuffled. You chose any random card. You chose any random number out of two shuffled decks. Totally random that nobody can control this outcome. Do me a favor, look at that card. And you're using this sort of spread as a gesture, the actual card, right? Say, flip over that card, and they see the Nine of Hearts, and 13. Let's check it out. And they just slap it on the table, and immediately do that, and pick these up, and put them on there like that. And I think doing it that way adds something to it. I mean, it kind of fools me in a way. That move could be done for a lot of different things. You could just have somebody say stop, for a force. As soon as they say stop, oh, right here, you want to go one more, one less. It's up to you. All right, take your card. I won't look. Well, you will look, but anyway. I mean, look how clean that is. I just think it's a really good move doing it on the table, which is already a good move in the first place. So yeah, the vinary turn. And that is a marked deck, any card at any number. That's, a lot of fun to do. It's really entertaining. And, using a marked deck, using your Mantis cards, makes it just a joy to do, and I hope you like it. Alright guys, so as always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It truly does mean the world to me. And so if you learned something new and if you got value from this video, do me a huge favor and hit that like button and sub to the channel. Until next time, happy practicing. I love you guys.